Okay, so yeah, I picked this drawing out of my sketchbook. I thought it was a pretty good one to go off of. It has a lot of form. You can see this guy, he's got a big old nose, big big chin, bony face, just really bony all over. And yeah, so you might ask why not just start this off in ZBrush with a sphere or a Z sphere or a box, like a cube. Going back to when I first started sculpting, I quickly realized it's really important to have like a solid armature underneath, because that's holding your clay, it's holding all the form you're putting on top of it. So it's kind of a comfort thing. It's always been something I've liked to do, is to have a nice base mesh. It just makes the whole sculpting process a lot more enjoyable for me. And yeah, so you can see, I'm in Silo right now. That's this program that I'm using. I'm just making the base mesh straight off of the profile here. And yeah, I'm gonna take this in the ZBrush pretty soon. And I like to put in the eye sockets and the mouth loop, and just the major loops here. So yeah, right now I'm just at the first level. Now I jumped up, I think, to level 6 here. I'm using clay tubes mostly in the beginning, and I'm just kind of really looking for the major forms, like bony landmarks. Like you can see, like the master right there on the jawline. Yeah, the ear has always been a tricky thing for me. Definitely as I was starting to work on my sculpting skills, the ear was very difficult. It's a lot of detail in it. It can be almost as complicated as the character itself. So yeah, still using the clay tubes. I'll use the move tool every once in a while. You'll see me, to nudge around the profile to get a little closer to my drawing. I have I have dual monitors, so on my second monitor I have my drawing, a picture of my drawing that I did, and yeah, I'll glance at that every once in a while. And one thing about form is, like, when you see those, like, artists who do a lot of cross-hatching when they're shading, you realize that it's not just random the way that they're shading that. They're not cross-hatching in random directions. It's all going in a certain direction, like it's flowing, And I'm using the same method here with a rake brush. You can see that it's all being directed in a certain way. So yeah, form, like when you're sculpting, with regular clay, you don't have the luxury of a wireframe mesh. So you kind of have to imagine. You have to imagine the topology yourself, and that's one of the things that makes traditional sculpting so difficult. Is that whole thing? ZBrush is a lot quicker and easier to manage. It's a lot cleaner, and quicker than regular traditional clay. Alright, so yeah, I'm still roughing it in. You can see I'm in this refining stage for quite some time. All I've really used so far are the clay tubes brush, the rake brush, and the move tool. Yeah, I'm kind of filling in the eye here, it looks like. Usually I would never model a character. Back when I started modeling, in the beginning I would never make the eye the same. I would always separate the eye from the face. But when I'm doing, a quick sculpt like this sculpt really only took me about, an hour. I'm not worried about separating geometry or anything. I'm not trying to be totally clean. I'm just trying to get form, I'm practicing. I could take this mesh even at this level right here, and I could bring it into Maya or another 3D program, and I could retopologize it, redirect the flow of everything, for animation. If I ever wanted to, bring this to a real finished production level. And right now, it looks like I'm smoothing everything, but I'm actually not using any smoothing. I'm using a new brush with came with a 3.5 release, I think. It's called the H Polish brush, and it's one of my favorite brushes. It's really good actually for hard surface sculpting, but I even use it for organic things. It's kind of like the flatten brush, it's like through ZBrush 3.1 I would use the flatten brush, but now I use this. I like this a lot better. Okay. Looks like I'm tweaking the nose a little bit there. And I think one of the main things to realize is you don't, have to be an expert at these tools that I'm showing you here in the ZBrush. All you really have to do is understand what they do, basically, like the potential of what they do. And, this is one of my least technical videos, I would say. It's purely, I'm just trying to demonstrate how you achieve form in 3D sculpting. Okay, so really I'm wrapping it up here. I'm almost done with the sculpt. I'm just kind of adding in a little texture, like a 5 o'clock shadow, on his head for, he's got a shaved head or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, standard brush right here. I like to kind of finish it off with a combination of the standard brush and the polish brush. Just tightening up the whole sculpt, really. Looks like I'm playing around with the shading, getting a skin shader. So the nice thing about ZBrush is, you have so many different materials you can work with. So yeah, thanks for watching my video. If you like my work, please subscribe. Thank you again.